My name is Ryan Harter, and I own a small video production company here in downtown Vancouver, Washington, called Harter Creative. My wife and I produce videos, and one of the questions that I get asked and that I think about a lot is, how long should a video be? And to answer this question, I'm going to show you some of the videos that we've made and kill a little bit of time in my van talk. So how long should a video be?
Project files.
That was 30 seconds. So a video, thank you to a whole team of people made that. I was on the team. And a video like that should be 30 seconds. That is how long, when someone asks you, a video expert told me, you'll say to them, 30 seconds, unless the video needs to play on YouTube.
Dry, irritated, red? Introducing fragrance-free Aveeno Ultra Calming Cleanser and Moisturizer. It gently cleans and soothes sensitive skin. So your dream job interview, ladies' night, or winter weather, bring it on with Aveeno.
Okay, so the magic number has to be 15. 15 seconds, that's how long a video should be, everyone. Thank you for coming. It's 15 seconds. Unless that same client says, hey, I want you to recut the footage, but this time I want you to make it so brief that the viewer can't even click the skip ad button before it's over. Don't blink.
New Aveeno Fragrance-Free Cleanser and Moisturizer soothes sensitive skin. So you can bring it on with Aveeno.
Okay, that's it. 6 seconds. That's how long a video should be. But the other day I did see an Instagram GIF that was 3 seconds long, and it was scroll stopping. I stopped scrolling, and I was very engaged. It was powerful. It was amazing. But then I also saw Blade Runner 2049. It's a feature-length movie, and it was 2 hours and 44 minutes. That's like fall asleep in the theater long. That was long. But so, God, how long should a video be, though, right? How long? This is a stupid question. I don't think I should have chosen this as, I'm wishing I didn't realize that right now. But, golly, ruined the relationship with IQ and Van Talks tonight. Okay. It's not a stupid question, though. It's just not the ultimate question. There's a question behind the question, which is, how do I get an idea out of my skull and into someone else's head? How do I communicate to someone effectively? See, how long should a video be is one of many questions I have to ask. I also have to ask, what gear are we going to use? What characters are going to build the story the best? How do we craft the message? There's 100 other questions. And it's not just video nerds like myself who have to think about this. We all desperately need communication, whether it's to tell someone, please invest, here's how I feel, join the team, or just, I'm sorry. Communication is a pretty powerful thing, right? When I was a kid, I started to realize this because I would see preachers, politicians, and artists, the good ones, the ones who were good at communication, would move me. And I felt something inside my chest moving around and changing. And I thought, that's powerful. And the next thing I thought was, I want that power. And probably for the wrong reasons. People with good communication skills, they can get what they want. They can get control, power, fame, money. They can get what they want. But I wasn't that maniacal, It's not like there were some good things I wanted to do with communication. But so something, though, in my paradigm for this thing was off. And I want to show you what the inside of my head looked like. This is how I used to think about communication. I thought that if I watched enough TED Talks, read enough books, wrote enough, practiced and talked and listened, and then I would become better and better and better and better, and until one day I would be like the perfect communicator, 100% good at communication. And every time I opened my mouth, hearts and minds would change. And not only that, but like I would never miscommunicate. This led to some frustration. This led to some pain. I'm going to admit to you guys for the first time, I have miscommunicated. My wife can give a testimonial on that later. She's going to do a whole 12 minutes next about it. It turns out communication is quite difficult. That's what I realized. It's hard. But it's really worth the hard work because there's a lot at stake. If some of you don't learn to communicate well, downtown Vancouver will always have a parking problem. Some people are like, why are there empty seats? They're still trying to find parking right now. If some of you don't learn how to communicate well, then the education systems here locally won't experience the reform they need for effective education to happen for our kids. And some of you have this longing inside of you to bring joy to people through your thing. My thing's video. Your thing is something else. You want to bring it to them through a painting, an invention, a business idea, a book, a blog, or a dance. My high stakes idea, one of them, is I love you. And I have an intended recipient. It's my son. He's 2 years old. His name is Whit. And I want him when he's 60 years old to be talking with his friends and passively and assumptively and confidently to say, oh yeah, no, my dad loved me. Of course he did. And so I am trying to get that message across to him. And I do it in unconventional ways. The other day, I don't know why, but I was being a robot for him. I was just like, and he lit up, of course. He's like, and he goes, for some reason, he just said, like, he goes, go over there. And so I was like, I went with it. I was like, and I realized, this is fun, by the way. I realized, because I was listening, that there was a huge opportunity here to bring just Disneyland right into our living room. And I changed what I was planning on doing, and I decided to just give him his own, like, robot that just does what he says. So I went, human child, you are my master. Tell me what to do. And he goes, and he just like looks around, and there's a balloon, and he goes, catch the balloon. And he throws it. And I go, activating catch unit. Throwing to human child in 3, 2, 1. Yay, the human caught the balloon. Yay, 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 yay. You guys enjoyed it more than Whit did, just so you know. Just for the record. It takes 1 second to say I love you. But it took me 25 minutes to say I love you in a way that Whit would understand. I have a new chart for communication now. And it's not a line graph, but it's an unending circle that goes on forever. And the steps go something like this. Ask, listen, change, speak, repeat. Ask, because questions assume that there's something beautiful and rich inside of other people that you need to draw out of them. And also, questions remind us to be humble and realize we don't know. And listen. If you want to blow someone's mind, just say, hey, remember earlier in the conversation when you said, they'll realize that you weren't just waiting for your turn to talk. And then once you've listened and gathered that data, then you take it and you do, I think, the most important step and most missed step, which is to change, to transform And I know you already know that you should change your style. You should, maybe even you've gotten as far as saying like, you should change the message. I'm saying that you should change the messenger, that I have to change in order to get my message across. Another way that I tell Whit that I love him is talk the day. Now, talk the day is not a common phrase in your house, it is in mine. Nightly, we have a tradition where Leslie, my wife, or I will lay down in bed and help Whit go to sleep, and we'll lay in his bed. And he'll say, Dad, let's talk the day. And that means let's talk about the day. And we talk about everything we did in the day. The good, the bad, the ugly, the minutia, everything. He goes, remember when we ate pizza, Dad? I say, yeah, it was good pizza. I say, hey, Whit, you remember when we played with Play-Doh? He's like, oh, it's fun. And then I'm like, remember Robo-Dad? Robo-Dad and Talk the Day involves me deciding that I wasn't, as a communicator, trying to crystallize and become 100% effective. It means that I'm trying to become more and more malleable and to change myself over and over again. And then the last step is repeat, right? I repeat it because it's easy when you experience some measure of success to say, like, I've arrived, here I am. But, well, I'm in my 30s. I'm 33. And when I was in my 20s, I knew less than I know now. But I feel now like I know less because I know that there's a lot that I don't know now. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I just go into Powell's City of Books and I just stand there and look around and I'm like, there's a whole section of like 3 rows and I can't pronounce the word at the top. Like, there's just a lot. It reminds us there's a lot we don't know. So, how long should a video be? The answer I'm going to give you the real answer now. The answer is ask, listen, change, speak, repeat. And how are you going to get your big idea out into the world in a time when ideas can spread quicker and further than ever? Ask, listen, change, speak, repeat. With the last 60 seconds I have with you, I'm going to show you one of my favorite films I've ever made. It was made with a Super 8 camera film. 40 years old, the camera, and it was made on Christmas Day. This is dedicated to my son, Whit. Whit, I love you.
Who knows how long